Hello and welcome back to Larissa's Kitchen, the show that's stretching the limits of metaphor and good taste. Today we're going to tackle that canned and mushy disaster known as hot German potato salad, and we'll resurrect a cooking technique straight out of the 1970s that practically begs your companions to gather around a bubbling cauldron of social cooking, the electric skillet. So dust off that avocado-colored contraption and let's get started. Alright, you're going to need about 4 pounds of white potatoes that have been peeled and cubed into about bite-sized pieces. 1-inch pieces is good. 2 cups of water, 1 cup of cider vinegar, about 5 slices of thick-cut bacon that's been diced. This is about 1/2 pound. A cup of finely chopped onion. Now this can be red, white, or yellow. Could even be a sweet onion. That would be alright. 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 1.5 tablespoons of white sugar, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, and about 1.5 teaspoons of celery seeds. We're also going to need a little bit of fresh cracked black pepper in here. So the first thing we need to do is get these potatoes over to the stove and start them boiling. Okay, I've got these potatoes in my largest saucepan. Now this water's been salted with about 1 tablespoon of salt, and we're going to simmer these until they're just tender for maybe 10 to 12 minutes. We don't want these too soft because as soon as we put them over in the electric skillet, they'll turn to mush. Okay, while the potatoes are simmering, we can go ahead and get started in the electric skillet. So first, we're going to turn this on to about 270 degrees if you have a temperature, or medium-high. And we're going to start browning this bacon. Alright, we need all of the grease from this bacon, so we need to let this render down completely before we add the onions. Okay, this is rendered down quite a ways, so next we're going to add in the onion, and we just need to let this soften. So that'll be about 3 or 4 minutes of cooking. Okay, these onions are starting to get a little bit of color on them, and we don't want them to caramelize too much, so we're going to go ahead and put in our spices. And we're going to stir this around a little bit. Alright, and now our flour. We're making a roux, so this is going to go in here and combine with the oil, or yes, combine with the grease first. And we want to cook this for about a minute or 2 with the flour, otherwise our sauce will be a little bit gluey and pasty tasting. Alright, this has been cooking for a couple of minutes, and this flour is starting to, the roux is starting to bubble a little bit, so that means that it's cooked pretty good. And I can smell a nice nutty flavor coming off of this. Okay, let's go ahead and add the water and the cider vinegar. And we need to stir this continuously until it thickens. Alright, make sure that you scrape up any brown bits from the bottom of the pan. That'll make this sauce taste absolutely wonderful. And before this completely thickens, we're going to go ahead and add in the sugar. Okay, this is just starting to simmer, so I want to go ahead and add my potatoes in here. Carefully so that they don't make a mess. Alright, we're going to get this incorporated, and then we're going to let it simmer for just about another 1.5 to 2 minutes. Then we'll go ahead and turn this off, and we'll cover it and let it stand until we're ready to serve it. Okay, this is simmering a little too hard, so I'm just going to go ahead and turn this down. Okay, let's give this German potato salad a taste. Now, you can see I've got this paired with a delicious hot dog and some nice sauerkraut. Definitely no ketchup. Perfectly tangy and sweet, absolutely delicious.